Surely all of us have experienced those restless nights, tossing and turning endlessly, yet sleep refuses to come, and when exhaustion reaches its peak, many turn to a tiny sleeping pill as a temporary lifeline. In fact, according to a study by the University of Michigan's Institute for Healthcare Policy and Innovation, 1/3 of elderly people in the U.S. use sleeping pills, and notably most do so without a doctor's guidance. However, overusing sleeping pills isn't a safe solution. Medical experts warn that in older adults, the use of sleeping pills is linked to an increased risk of falls and fractures, as well as memory problems. So, that little pill, does it really help you sleep well? Or is it quietly taking something from you that you haven't yet noticed? At first, it's just a small pill, so tiny you don't hesitate to swallow it, hoping for a peaceful night. You think, I'll only use it temporarily. Once I feel better, I'll stop. But as time passes, your body seems to grow accustomed to its help. At some point, you can't fall asleep without it. Have you noticed lately, do you keep forgetting the name of an old acquaintance? Have you ever stood up from a chair and forgotten where you were going? Are there mornings when you wake up with a foggy mind, unsteady limbs, as if you didn't truly rest the night before? Or maybe you nearly tripped in the bathroom once and brushed it off as just a sign of aging. Those signs, sometimes they're not because you're getting older, they're because your brain is struggling with an artificial sleep, a sleep that's controlled, not the natural rest your body inherently knows how to create, something a pill, no matter how small, can never replace. You still believe you're in control, that if you wanted to, you could stop, that the pills are helping you, not harming you. But dear friend, some costs aren't printed on the box, and some consequences only reveal themselves when it's too late. Let's take a clear-eyed look together through this video. Watch it to the end so you don't miss any important information. In young people, the brain can flush medication out of the system in just a few hours, but for the elderly, that process slows down. Like everything else in the body, what you take at night might still be lingering silently in your bloodstream when the sun is high. And that morning confusion, sometimes it's not because you didn't sleep enough, it's because your brain hasn't fully woken up. Have you ever felt that? Opening your eyes, looking around the room and not remembering where you are? Leaving your keys in the kitchen only to search for them in the fridge? Or sometimes looking at your grandchildren and needing a few seconds to figure out who's standing in front of you? Those moments, brief as they are, leave behind a lingering fear that stretches on. And the worst part is when you start doubting yourself. Am I really losing it? Is my mind slipping? No one tells you that the sleeping pill you take every night might be quietly contributing to that fear. No one warns you about it, because they only say, the pill will help you sleep. A Harvard study found that older adults who use sleeping pills more than 3 times a week have a 32% higher risk of dementia. But you know what? It's not just a statistic. It's the real story of millions of people like you, people who only wanted a good night's rest, but traded it for empty mornings, vacant stares, and a mind no longer whole. I know a woman named Susan, 73 years old, who's been living alone since her husband passed away 8 years ago. She still keeps a tidy routine, morning walks, afternoon reading, and a warm yellow lamp glowing in her bedroom at night. But every time I check in, she'd smile faintly and say, "I'm used to living alone now." Until one day, she whispered as if confessing something, "I've been taking sleeping pills every night for over 6 years." I was surprised. Susan always seemed so strong, so upbeat. But she shook her head. "No one knows how much I dread the nights. The house is too quiet, like time has stopped. I can't stand lying there, heart pounding with pointless worries." She said the pills helped her drift off, but never made her feel truly rested. "I wake up at 7, but my mind feels hazy, like I've just come out of the wrong dream." Sometimes she'd forget if she'd eaten breakfast or put her phone in the china cabinet. And what scared her most was that she was starting to lose trust in her own memory. But what I've lost isn't just sleep, it's clarity, control. It's me. At this age, people don't fear sleeplessness because they miss rest. They fear it because it forces them to face things they can no longer control. The endless silence of an empty house. Old memories crashing in at midnight, followed by tears no one hears. Waking up unsure if it's Tuesday or Friday, or what they promised someone. The feeling of fading away, while still smiling and pretending everything's fine for the kids and grandkids. And the sleeping pill meant to be a solution becomes a fog that clouds both dreams and self. Like someone sinking slowly into water, gently, painlessly, but no longer themselves. Sleep doesn't come from a pill, it comes from within you. Do you remember those years when you were busy all day with work, raising kids, managing the house, driving to lessons, cooking dinner, helping with homework? You might have been tired, but when night came, you'd lie down and fall asleep. As if your body and mind agreed, you've done enough. Now it's time to rest. Back then, you didn't take loneliness to bed with you. You didn't carry unresolved worries. You didn't have that quiet feeling of, I have no one slipping under the covers with you. Sleep came not because you were utterly exhausted, but because your heart was at peace. And that's something sleeping pills can't do. They might close your eyes, but they keep your mind in a hazy, restless state. You might sleep for hours, yet wake up foggy, drained, and lifeless. In contrast, natural sleep is the most precious healing remedy your body can produce. According to the U.S. National Institutes of Health, NIH, during deep sleep, your brain clears out toxins, reorganizes memories, and restores your nervous system. It's also when your immune system strengthens, your heartbeat regulates, and your emotions get sorted out after a long day. You don't need a clinic or a lab to heal your body. You just need to let yourself sleep the right way. True sleep comes from a warm yellow bedside lamp gently signaling it's time to rest. A familiar soothing melody, like a lullaby for your mind. A 5-minute guided meditation, no more, but enough to slow your breathing. A light dinner before 8 p.m. so your digestive system doesn't work overtime at night. And most importantly, a gentle decision to stop controlling and let your body speak for itself. It's not that you can't sleep, it's that true sleep is still waiting for you to let go of the defenses you've carried for too long. And when you truly relax, releasing the weight of old worries, sleep will return, like an old friend stepping into the room. Quietly, warmly. My mother quit sleeping pills after 15 years, and this is what she learned. My mom is 74 now, living alone in suburban California. She used to be incredibly strong, spending her life caring for her husband and kids, keeping every meal and corner of the house in order. But after my dad passed, she started losing sleep. Each night, lying in a room too quiet, she'd hear only her heartbeat, and old memories would flood back. No one forced her to take pills. She sought them out herself as a way to escape the long nights. It started with half a pill, then one, then sometimes two, yet her eyes still stared into the dark. She called it temporary sleep, because in truth she'd wake up tired, her mind foggy, her memory muddled. Once, she brewed coffee but forgot to turn on the machine. Another time, she left the door unlocked all night, thinking she'd secured it. And one morning she called me, her voice full of panic, asking, "Honey, did I eat dinner last night?" That's when she realized she didn't want to live like that anymore. She started with small steps, turning off her phone after 8 p.m., switching on a soft yellow lamp, listening to rain sounds instead of the news. Every night she wrote 3 things she was grateful for in a notebook. Even if some days it was just one line, "Today I walked without foot pain." After nearly 3 months, she woke me up one Sunday morning. She didn't say much, just placed her hand on her heart and smiled. Last night, I slept through not a single pill. I looked at her then and knew she'd reclaimed something incredibly precious. Not just sleep, but the feeling of being in control of her own life again. If this video touches something in you, please subscribe to our channel. Here we don't judge or push, we just want to listen and share stories that can truly inspire healing. Who knows, maybe one day, the sleep you rediscover will be the light that guides someone else. Sleeping pills aren't bad. We're not against them, because sometimes it's true, they're a lifeline that keeps you from collapsing in the midst of a sleepless, endless night. But if you find yourself relying on them more and more, and still don't feel at peace, then maybe it's time to try another way. Start small. Turn off the TV 30 minutes earlier. Swap that evening coffee for warm water with a slice of ginger or a drop of honey. Before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for, even if it's just a call from your child or a soft afternoon sun. Then, place your hand on your chest, close your eyes, and whisper to yourself, "I am safe. I deserve to rest." You've lived through a lifetime of storms. You've overcome things no one but you has ever known. So now, you don't need another pill. What you need is true sleep, born from a mind that's learned to let go, from a heart that knows how to forgive and be gentle with itself. If this video touches something within you, please share it with a loved one, because they might be silently battling sleepless nights too, unsure of where to start. And if you've been through a similar journey, tell us about it. We're listening. Always. Have you ever tried quitting pills but couldn't succeed? In the next video, we'll share how to taper off sleeping pills without shocking your body. Leave your thoughts below. Because the journey to reclaim sleep isn't just a medical process. It's a journey of faith, of love, and of companionship. Wishing you a good night's sleep tonight, and see you in the next video.